Hello everyone in the EDAP585 class. As I've said, henceforth you will be referred to as 585ers. This is your weekly preview for Thursday, January the 16th. I always have to have a calendar that I look at, keep track of all this. There's a lot of these classes. So, this is where we start. What we're going to do first is just to make sure we're all on the same pages and we're all comfortable with what we're doing. Here is the recording from last Thursday's class. Also, I hope you've noticed by now that I send you announcements that have the link to the recording in the announcement. And as you can see in the announcements right here, these are YouTube recordings. Remember I said I like to use YouTube for sending out, well, actually when I get done creating the class in Collaborate, I like to put it up into YouTube because it cleans it up. It makes it nicer looking. So those are the two places where you can find it. If you want to join us at the same time on 4:30, then this is the way you go in. You click here. You go over to here to say join session. And I'm always in here an hour before the class starts. And so when you come in, you will see what I'm showing you on my screen. And that is all there is to it. So let me pop back out of here, close that down because we don't want to accidentally turn on the recordings. And let's talk about what we're going to do this Thursday. So we will start with the gentleman whose book we are using, and that is Michael Fullen. So this is his Stratosphere. I will do chapter 1 from the book. In other words, I'll do a presentation of it to you to kind of give you a sense of, what Mike is trying to say in here. Excuse me. I know Dr. Fullen. It's hard not to call him Mike. So we'll be looking at that. I'll be using this PowerPoint right here. I don't like PowerPoints, but if we need to, we need to. And I'll be showing you the setup, I guess you would call it. Then what we want to do is we want to look at who he is referencing to in the chapters 2 and 3. I really feel strongly that when we're doing work that involves reading other people's writings, that you need to hear from them, you need to see them, you need to get a sense of who they are. And so this is chapters 2 and 3. We'll start that on Thursday as well. And we will use the same idea for chapters 4 and 5. But let's just stick to 2 and 3 right now. Now, how are you going to demonstrate your understanding of what is in these first 3 chapters? Well, we could do a quiz. We could do a paper that's 20 pages long. Or we could do this. We're going to use a tool called an infographic, and we're going to use a site called Pictocharts. It's all right here. You click on this link, it will take you to it. We'll go over this in class to make sure we all understand how it works. It's a very straightforward, and what I'm trying to get you to think about here is to take the ideas of what we're going to be talking about in Thursday night's class and distilling them down to what you see as their essence. Okay? That's what I'm looking for here. I'm not necessarily looking for regurgitation, although when we get into it, I'm going to talk to you about that one of the things that you can use to demonstrate to your understanding, and this is something that as you get in more and more into doing research type kinds of work at a university, you need to really start thinking about talking about what other people say. Because like if you do go on beyond a master's and you start looking at a PhD or a doctorate in education, or now we're looking at creating a specialist in education at U of L, one of the things you need to understand is a lot of times when we're looking at other people's work, we need to be able to quote them. We need to be able to say, so-and-so said in 2005, this, and this. And so that's one of the things that we'll talk about in the infographic. Otherwise, it's a very straightforward, simple tool to use, and we will go over that on Thursday night. So, as always, if you have any questions, concerns, if something doesn't look right, if something doesn't work right, you don't hesitate 1 second. 502-457-2937. The class Collaborate Ultra will be open at 3:30 EDT. I will start class on the dot at 4:30 EDT. As always, you don't have to be there. We'll do all the recordings. Look forward to talking to you in any way that you need to.